Good day and welcome to the world of Loco Larry. Today I want to talk about annoying habits that I have that some of you probably also have. Number 1, not replacing the toilet roll. I'm one of those people who hates replacing the toilet roll, so sometimes I don't, and then I get really mad next time I go to the toilet and there's an empty roll there. Morgan and I had a toilet roll standoff for a while until we both agreed we'd replace the roll no matter how much of a hurry we're in. But when we were having the standoff, we'd do the stupidest things, like leave one piece of toilet paper hanging off the roll. You know, when you're getting closer to the end, so you try to use only a little bit so you don't have to be the one who replaces the whole roll. And if your hands get a little wet, whatever, you're gonna wash it with soap in a few seconds anyway, right? So we did that for a while, and then Morgan started sitting the new roll on top of the old roll instead of replacing it. So we'd go through an entire roll with it sitting on top of the old empty roll. It was really annoying because you had to pick it up and wind it yourself instead of just pulling. And I think we actually went through a few toilet rolls that way until one of us would finally replace the roll in the holder. So yeah, we're both as stubborn as each other, which can be fun. Number 2, think I'm dying as soon as I get any pain. Whenever I get a little bit of pain, I immediately assume I'm dying. Like one time I had pain in my stomach and thought I only had a few hours to live. Turns out it was just gas. Probably one of the worst times I thought I was dying was when I got oven cleaner on my shoulder. Do not mess around with that stuff. It's dangerous. I don't even know how it can be on the supermarket shelves. I was cleaning the oven and a bit of oven cleaner must have dripped from the top of the oven onto my shoulder and my skin bubbled up and came off like a toasted marshmallow. I was actually picturing getting all my skin eaten alive like in some horror movie. I had to stand in the shower for ages with the water running on it while my partner called the poison hotline and spoke with someone. I still have a weird scar on my shoulder from it today. Number 3, not saying no to things you don't want to do. I hate saying no because I feel rude. But why can't we Marie Kondo our social lives too? Like if it doesn't bring you joy, just say no. But because I feel rude saying no, I'll try to find something else to do instead. I hate saying no to the extent that I'll do something else I didn't want to do in order to get out of the other thing I didn't want to do. Or I'll just suffer through it. Like if someone asks me if I mind if they light up a cigarette near me and I want to say no because I'm an asthmatic and it makes me all clogged up, but I know they want me to say yes. So instead, I just end up trying to have a conversation while not breathing. I really should do a podcast on why we shouldn't feel like we should do things. Number 4, not reading instructions. Reading instructions is so boring. I'm one of those people who would rather spend all day working something out by trial and error than to read the instructions. I've had to put things together and take them apart multiple times because of my refusal to read the instructions. I realize my life would be so much easier if I just read the instructions, but where's the fun in that? Number 5, not sleeping when you're supposed to. You know when you go to bed and you're super tired and looking forward to a good night's sleep? Well, I'm one of those people who gets into bed and decides that now is the perfect time to learn all about cake decorating. 2 hours later, I know exactly how to make 3 different kinds of frosting and how to put it on a cake and how to make flowers to put on top of that. And also I learned how to make ganache and drip it around the cake. And then after that, I moved on to learning self-defense that I want to practice in the morning. If only I would go to sleep. Number 6, complaining about stuff and doing nothing about it. For example, I'll say I'm thirsty and not get any water until I'm so annoyed and thirsty that I eventually get some. Or I'll say I'm cold and I won't get a jumper. Why is it called a jumper? Or in the mornings, I'll lie in bed complaining that I need to get up, but I don't get up until eventually I'm so mad that I haven't got up that I finally get up. Another example is the kitchen bin. It hasn't been emptied and it needs to be. And yesterday I saw that and said the bin is full. And today I opened the bin and said the same thing, but I still haven't emptied it. I'll also comment on the dishes whenever I see them. Occasionally Morgan will mock me and walk around the house pointing out things that need doing. It's hilarious. And look, if this particular point gives you the impression that I'm lazy, let me tell you, it takes a lot more effort to complain about something multiple times and eventually get mad enough about it to do something than it does to just do the thing and get on with your day. So when you think about it, I'm actually using a lot more energy in doing the job than normal people who just do it and don't complain. Number 7, and this is not going to help the argument for me not being lazy, carrying way too much at a time. You know you do this too though, right? When you don't want to make that extra trip from the car or from the dinner table or from the lounge room, and so you just hang your drink bottle from your pinky, put a glass under your armpit, jam a plate between your elbows, and try to balance everything else on your remaining fingers. So by the time you get to the kitchen, your fingers are useless for the rest of the day anyway. Or sometimes I try this and then I have to yell for my partner to catch it all before I drop it and make a mess. I mean, you could call it lazy or you could call it efficiency of time. Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you'd like to contact me, just send me an email at morganandlarry@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts or anything you'd like me to talk about on my podcast. And always remember, you're unique, just like everybody else. Bye!